Hello all. Hello all. This is Vedansh from Teammate, and today Rajkumar, Uday, Naveen, and Aditya are here to give a presentation on smart contracts. So these are the contents that we are going to cover in this presentation. First, we'll discuss what is a smart contract. Then we'll see an example of a smart contract. Then we'll look into the various characteristics and types of smart contract. And then we will look how a code of smart contract is executed for the product delivery status. So first, let's discuss about a smart contract. So a smart contract is a smart contract is a automated contract which is executed when certain conditions which are given by the parties called consensus protocol are executed. So what happens in this is the smart contract. So what happens in a smart contract is it's generally basically like a normal contract or an agreement between two parties. But the only difference is that here we are using the um, of code of conditions instead of conditions in the form of words. So once these conditions are satisfied by the parties, then the smart contract will get executed. So so here is how it works. First, a contract is given. So first, a contract is given, a smart contract to both the parties. They list down the conditions and look into which of the conditions they both mutually agree on. And once the agreement of all the conditions are satisfied by both the parties, then the smart contract gets executed automatically. And this cannot be changed, uh, making it immutable. And the only way to change it can be through again implementing another block of the change to the block. So let us now look into example to understand the smart contracts better. So in this example, we have two parties, Michael and Parker. Michael wants to sell his land, and Parker wants to buy the land sold by Michael. Parker wants to buy the land. So generally in real life, what happens is for such a transaction to take place, we use a paper contract in which we list down both the parties, and then after signing, once both the parties agree on all the conditions, they sign up on it, and then the transaction takes place. So a smart contract is similar to this, but the only difference is that in the smart contract there is no middle person, so there will be less of there will be no charges of his, no fees for him, which reduces our cost, and also um, we have in a normal contract or in normal agreement, we have to go to the registrar's office to get the land registered, and all of this is not in the smart contracts. So it makes this process a little less fussy. And also another major advantage is that nowadays we see a lot of land scams happening. People change the names of the land after buying, and then they write some other's name. It's called as kabza in general language, and by using smart contract we can avoid this, because in smart contract uh, once the block is created, this cannot be changed. So hence, this mitigates the scams related to land. And now let's look into the characteristics of smart contract. So the main characteristics of smart contract are, first is they are automated. That is, they verify itself. Once the conditions are met, then they will execute by themselves. There is no need of human intervention. And second one is they're immutable. Like I've already said before, they cannot be changed. And in order to change them, we have to again make a block separately, add the condition we want to change, and then append into the blockchain. The third one is they are tamper resistant, which is similar to immutability. And then these are distributed. So what happens in a smart contract is when in a blockchain, all the participant nodes or the users are given copies of the blockchain, are given the copies of the transactions called as ledgers, and we will have a copy of this transaction, and also this makes it transparent. Other users or participants of the blockchain can view this, and also they are secure because the transaction data is encrypted and it is difficult to decrypt them. And new addition to this is another addition to this is the smart contract has information oracles. So information when we need extra information from outside the contract, it will be tough to add them. But um, by using smart contract information oracles, we can bridge the gap between the blockchain and the external information through the web browser. Next are the types of smart contract. So there, so smart contract is a technology which is widely used in many of the industries for various users. And since they have various users, the number of types also like different industries use different types of smart contracts. They have different uses for them. So based on the application, smart contracts are divided into four types: smart legal contracts, distributed applications also called as DApps, decentralized autonomous organizations DAOs, and smart contracting devices. So first let's look into smart legal contracts. So smart legal contract, as the name suggests, they have mostly legal templates. So these are used for legal purposes, like as we discussed about the land transaction between Michael and Parker. So in that case, smart legal contracts are used. In distributed applications, DApps, it is basically basically a medium between the blockchain and the it is basically and it is basically a medium between the blockchain and the communication with the users. So the users communicate to the blockchain by using this. So let's take an example of Uber. So in Uber, many different clients can use many different users use Uber at the same time to perform various different activities. One can travel from one place to another, while the other may have a different path of traveling. So, in order to support all these, once the code is created, it is placed into a blockchain, and then they run whenever the conditions are met as given by the Uber company. Then comes decentralized autonomous organizations (DAOs), in which they perform in which the transactions are in the blockchain are performed between any two nodes, but only it was known that only the other nodes will only know that yes, the transaction is performed in the blockchain, but it doesn't reveal the identity of both the parties. So the transaction in which both the parties are involved, their identity remains anonymous. This enhances the privacy issues in the blockchain. And the last one is smart contracting devices. Smart contracting devices are basically smart contracts linked with IoT devices to make the users more feasible and more efficient, and also provide greater security. So let us check by using various examples about the complexity of smart contracts and which types can be used for various applications. So in the first one, we can see digital value exchange, where a family member sends Bitcoin to another family member. This is a simple application followed by smart right and obligation, in which a consumer buys digital content stream from a content platform. This is also similarly simpler transaction. And basic smart contract, from here the complexity gets increased step by step. So a landlord remotely logs a non-paying tenant out of apartment. This is a basic smart contract usage. And then in another one, seller lends buyer funds to rent a house. So as we move towards the right, mm, then the complexity of the smart contract application gets more complex. And then followed by that, we have distributed autonomous business unit, where a unit of cooperative issues its own bonds and buyers monitor payments via shared ledger. Then as we saw it, distributed autonomous organization (DAOs) are used in this application, where self-driving trucks make point deliveries, pay the local toll, and buy local gas for the truck. Distribute again, we see a distributed autonomous government, where it is related to the government now, and not just limited to a person or a single organization. So the complexity gets increased. Different state governments code their own self-enforcing government services and create their own revenue streams. So since performing the same task over and over again might be a little strenuous for the people, we employ a smart contract over here to make it automated. And then the last is track agreement. So this is the most complicated case of them all. And the next code will be explained by Rajkumar.
Hello everyone. Uh, Now let us know how to deploy a smart contract on Remix IDE, and how can you write a smart contract based on product delivery on by using Solidity. Basically, it involves several steps. In this example, I will provide you with detailed steps on deploying a simple smart contract for a product delivery system on Remix IDE. Make sure you have Remix IDE set up and connected to supported Ethereum network like Ethereum test testnet before starting. Now, what are the steps involved in deploying a smart contract on Remix IDE? First of all, you need to open Remix IDE remix.ethereum.org. Once you log in onto the page, you will get a you will get this interface, and next you need to create a new file and name the file as you need to add an extension called .sol. The name can be anything, like it is case sensitive. It is not a case sensitive. I am naming it as product1.ethereum. solve. Next, you need to create, you need to open file, like whatever the code you want to write, you just need to open and you need to write the code here. See, as I have compiled all the code, I just paste the code which I have written previously. Next, you need to compile the code which you have written in the compiler. For that, before compiling the code, you need to ensure that you are connected to Ethereum network like MetaMask or Ganache, so that you will get the desired output. Next, so here you need to compile the code. See, like you need to click on compile product1.sol. If you get a tick mark here, the code is compiled successfully. After compilation, you need to deploy your code onto the Remix IDE. See, for that, we just have connected to MetaMask, right? So that I am using injected provider. So we get an interface like this. For unlocking, we need to write a password. So I just given a password. So it got unlocked. Next, after giving the desired, after giving whatever the environment you choose and what is the contract name and what is your account and what is the value. After giving all this, you need to deploy your contract, smart contract. See, once the contract gets deployed, I want to explain the code part. Uh, Basically, the smart contract defines a product delivery with the following features. First of all, it contains the owner. Here you need to address the owner. Next, you need to, the address of the contract owner is given by owner, and the status of the product delivery is given by status, like which can be pending, what is the shipment or delivered. It all comes under status. Next, delivery timestamp and what is the time to be taken, what is the time taken by the product to get shipped or to get delivered. It is given by delivery timestamp. Next is product shipped and product delivered. It events to log important actions, like basically in a product delivery we just mainly focus on this, like when the product is going to ship or when the product is going to be delivered. We just focus on these two things particularly when it comes to product delivery. And only owner modifies, like if I am the owner of the if I am the owner of the company, or if I am the owner of the product, I just have a separate feature, like I can restrict any certain functions in the contract owner, so that no third parties are going to interfere in this product delivery. You need to mention the version, like I just used 21st version, so that I just mentioned 0.8.21. If you want to use 19th version, you just mention 19th. And you need to create a contract with the name product delivery. The name can be anything, but the syntax is you need to create a contract. Next, you need to specify what are the data types you are going to use and what is the type, like uh, default in Solidity, the default is private. So private cannot be accessed without within another organization. So I just mentioned it by using public keyword, so that it can be used by another organization or another user also. Next, I just mentioned that I have created owner, delivery status, and delivery timestamp, and product shipped and product delivered. So I just mentioned all these things. Next, we need to create a method called only owner, so that a only owner can access. Like if the owner want to change or the owner want to interfere in anything, he can only modify this by using this function. If the order is pending, like if it is getting delayed, or if it is going to be get delayed, the owner, I mean, it uses only pending function, so that it denotes the status of the product, like the delivery status is pending. Next, you need to create a constructor with the owner and status, so that once you create an object for the Solidity code, it gets executed. Next, you need to create a function for ship product, so when the product is going to get shipped. And next, you need to create a function called confirm delivery, so when the product is going to get delivered and what is the status of the product. We by these things, you can track the product and delivery. Thank you.